learn how to use the chart method, all right, as a form of pre-annotating an article. One of the things that you have to learn before going to college is how to save time. When you have a 25-page research paper due in 2 weeks, and you have to have at least 15 references, you're going to have to read probably about 40 articles or more to find those 15 that fits for your paper. And I don't know about you, but when I did my degrees, the last thing I wanted to do was waste my life. Okay? And I had some really good professors that taught me how to research and how to look, okay, as a pre-reading to whether I wanted to read deeper for those articles. And that's what we're going to learn today. So the first thing that I want you to do is open up your IFL book, all right? And the first thing that you always do when starting an assignment with an article is take a look, open it until you find the page that starts the article, all right? The article's name is called The Learning Curve, okay? And we have to immediately, we want to try to see if we can find out if the title or if anything that's in bold will give us the information of what the main idea of this article is. Okay? So looking at the title, The Learning Curve, what do we think the article is going to be about?
A learning experience.
A learning experience? Okay. Perhaps, okay, a curve in learning, that makes sense to me. All right. Are we in agreement with that? Does anybody have any other suggestions? Okay. So, moving on, there's 5 steps to what's called the chart method, all right? And we're going to practice the first 2 today. The first step is reading the title, which we did, all right? Marcos thinks that it's something about learning experience, okay? And then the first thing that we're going to do is first and last paragraph, reading them complete. Now, this article, the very first paragraph is actually how many sentences long? 4. Really? How many sentences long is the first paragraph?
4.
I see 2.
Oh, you're talking about the paragraph.
The very first, that's your very first paragraph. All right?
What about the third
So,
paragraph?
would you read just the very first paragraph?
Like everyone else, surgeons need practice. That's where you come in.
Right, but when you're starting off your annotating, all right, would you read just that first 2 sentences and say, okay, that's going to give you the main idea? Or would you combine it with the second paragraph and create another first paragraph? You're going to combine because you need that information, all right? So what I want you to do is I want you to read that very first paragraph completely. And then I want you to circle the nouns in that very first combined paragraph. And I'm going to explain why when we come back and we start going over it. But I also want you, on the side of it, to write 2 or more words or a short sentence summary. What is that first paragraph actually giving you? What is the information? Then I want you to turn to the last page of that article. Okay, remember there's 2 articles in our book. And I want you to read that last paragraph. And I want you to do the same thing. Read the whole last paragraph, circle your nouns, and then write a 2 or more word or short sentence summary of what that last paragraph is about. Okay, since we're only going to do those 2, I'm going to give you exactly 7 minutes. You can start.